Hey
And
guys, how's it going? Welcome back to my Hoot Crew.
uh, uh, uh,
Uh, uh, uh.
that's the Trump
Um,
dance.
that's it. We don't have too much prepared this week because it's kind of been a bit of a boring week in wrestling, except for the slap heard around the world from Jimmy Uso to Gunther. That was wow. I'm surprised Gunther didn't chase him down and break his neck after that one. But anyways,
By God, he killed him.
that's right. I think he did. Anyways, the we got a couple things to talk about. I have little bloodline stuff to talk about that Rikishi talked about. Different people that might be expected to make a comeback or show up this year or next. Or at WrestleMania possibilities. I think we pretty much have all the matches for WrestleMania pretty much done. I think they're pretty much all uh whatever it is. I'm going to share this out while I have it on here so that we can see who wants to come and join us. And how are you tonight, Steve?
I am good. How are you tonight, Michelle?
I'm a very happy girl. I'm a happy girl. I'm in a good mood tonight, actually. I just thinking about chatting with you about wrestling news and stuff like that. Just makes me happy. So yeah. Um, I don't know what else do you have to put in for that for a second while I. Why don't you chat for a sec while I share this out?
You're putting me on the spot here, Um,
Always.
I guess I could talk about what I'm excited about. I mean, we're in Mania season. I mean, it's literally only like 2 weeks away, right? So,
Yeah.
um, aviation fan, hello.
Hey, what's going on, Izzy?
I am excited about the John Cena. Well, it's the John Cena thing because, like, I'm very curious that whole situation.
Yeah.
Um, because like, do they just straight up? Because we were talking for months, like, are they going to give John Cena the world title or they're going to give CM Punk the main event? And now looks like both can happen, which is kind of crazy. Do they give him the 17th title run? That's the you know
Yeah.
is it one of these things where he beats Cody and then Cody beats him and gets it back? Like that's what I'm
Yeah.
wondering, honestly, because that's such a BS ending to the Bloodline story. If all this workup just for John Cena, who lost to Roman like 7 times, for
Yeah.
him to beat Cody like it was nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. It's got to be at least a tough match because other than that, it doesn't mean nothing anymore. But I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. This whole feud that they got going back and forth week after week. I mean, it's in 2 weeks, right? So, I mean, looking forward to that part of it. But, the wait, unfortunately, there's only so many fillers and whatever things they can do in the next 2 weeks between John and Cody and Gunther and Jimmy and Jay and whatever. So, you know, we just got to get to it.
Right.
Yeah, I'm excited.
And you just can't hide it.
That's right. Okay, give me a sec. I think we're all shared out.
I'm putting my football game on the side over here on the other screen.
Mm-hmm.
My Birmingham Stallions looking for the first win
Woo! Yeah.
against the
Okay.
Panthers.
Yeah. Yay, Izzy, you can't keep me. You have to share me. Anyway, Izzy's always wanting to run away and keep me, but she can't. They cannot keep me. Anyway, so yeah, basically what I wanted to talk about is how Rikishi is talking about after the WrestleMania weekend is over, there's going to be a WrestleCon. He's going to be there signing autographs. So if you're in the area of Las Vegas or whatever, and I'm not sure if he's there this weekend or not, I think he might. But one thing I want to talk about that he brought up, and I have, you very rarely see superstars or stars, period, actors, otherwise singers do this. But there was a young gentleman there, he was about, I think he might have been about 10, or 11 years old. And he had a book that I guess, or was it a book or something like that. But it had all sorts of autographs and it had all sorts of cards and memorabilia in it. Somebody stole it from him. And Rikishi went online and said, "Look, hey, if you're watching this," he says, "return it. Give it back to this kid because that's not right," and whatever. Like, I've never seen anybody do that. And he went right on Instagram and he started talking about this kid's stuff and you need to return it and how wrong it is to do that and everything else. And, and the fact that he did that, he might get it back. I don't know if he did. Like, there's no story behind whether he got it back or not, but it's just, yeah. Um, I thought I mentioned that because I thought that was super cool of him to do for that little boy. He is Jay and Jimmy Uso's dad and Solo Sikoa's dad.
He's the one with
Yeah,
the big old cheeks,
yeah.
the
They
stink
call him the
face.
tribal chiefs.
He'd stick his butt in your face. That was Rikishi.
Yeah, we call him the tribal cheeks.
He was in Too Cool with Scotty Too Hottie and Grandmaster Sexay.
That's right. Yeah,
That's my boys.
that dance they used to do in the middle of the ring.
Yeah, then he
Yeah, it's
eliminated
funny.
both of them. They're
Yep,
dancing. Then Rikishi grabbed both of them in the back of the head and threw them over the top rope.
yep.
The Rumble. That was like
Yeah.
the end of Too Cool too. They'll
Yeah.
still come out together at for anniversary events, and Grandmaster Sexay still looking good. Scotty don't look good anymore, but
Not so much.
he's
No.
not much of a twig anymore. But
Yeah. Yeah, he gained a few just like me. Anyway, dude, blonde hair. Yeah, he did have bleached hair for like bleached tips for the bit.
yeah,
For a bit there. Yeah.
hair as white
Um
as Roman's teeth.
yeah, exactly.
Runs in the family.
He still has a podcast, I think, that he does. He has conversations. I see a lot of snippets from his podcast on Instagram. So if you're not following him on Instagram, go for it because he does have some awesome guests on there because he's a wrestling person. He has a
Mm.
lot of wrestling guests. He actually had one with Paige chatting
Mm.
about her coming back to the WWE. Would she use Paige as her name, this, that, and the other thing? um and that's leading to the next thing that I wanted to talk about was Paige. um they're talking about all these people coming back and who might come back at WrestleMania or who might come back this year, next year, and stuff. And Paige was actually on a podcast with Rikishi, but she was also on with Bubba Ray and a few other people because her contract has expired with AEW.
Yeah.
And she has left the company. She does
Mhm.
not want to go back. She said being there and wrestling with who she wrestled was amazing.
Yeah.
And she did everything she wanted to do, but if she was asked to come back to the WWE, she would do it. She said she has no problems with the WWE. They had no problems with her. She
Mhm.
left on good terms. So we spoke about that last week just briefly.
Mhm.
So I mean, I think it would be pretty cool if she came back. We need our goth princess back, you know.
Yeah.
What do you think about her coming back?
Her breakup with WWE was just simply over injury.
Yeah.
That's it. Um. Hello, Kenneth.
Hey, Kenneth. Good to see you, babe. Thanks for coming in. Yeah.
Um.
Yeah.
The thing,
Exactly. Yeah.
the thing with Paige, the breakup was one, she got injured, but two, she also injured. Was it Nikki, and then she also injured Sasha later,
Yeah.
and they kind of got over that because Sasha
Yeah.
was such a big star at the time.
Yeah.
Sasha Banks or Mercedes, whatever you want to call her.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like a mutual breakup. But to see her come back, and she did pretty good in AEW. She looked good.
Yeah.
Obviously had some surgery done, but she looked good.
Mm-hmm.
And the passion was still there. It would be cool to see her come back, get like a good 2, 3, 4 years in WWE, and then retire. I think
Yeah.
that'd be good for her.
Yeah.
She was a
Yes.
big
It's
impact.
actually apple juice. But anyways, go ahead.
She was a big impact. Her and AJ's rivalry, that was a pretty big impact for the women's division back when they were doing that. So
Yeah.
it would be good
Yeah.
to see Paige back if she does.
Yeah, that would be great. Like, I mean, there's so many different ones. And I was going to mention that a lot of the fans, WWE fans, are talking about different people that could arrive in the next year. And Paige would be great because I don't, like I said, she didn't leave on bad terms. It was due to
Hmm.
injury
Right.
and stuff like that and relationship issues. So I think that was part of it. But I mean, for her to come back, that would be fantastic. I mean, there's so many people we'd love to see return from injury as Becky Lynch. Oscar is another one, and whatever. But the list, there's top six that they're
Yeah.
thinking may come back. Now, Rikishi is one. He could come back as a manager or just as a show,
The
whatever.
tribal cheeks is gonna happen.
Yeah, exactly. Lance Anawahi. Now I think Lance is the younger brother of Solo and them. Journey Fatu, which is Jacob's niece, I think, or his daughter. Tongaloa could come back. Now, he is not cleared yet, and there really is no word on his status at this moment, but hopefully he comes back. Zila Fatu, which is another one that we're hoping at, and The Rock. Now, The Rock, I don't think will wrestle again. Um, Personally, that's just me. Um, So I don't know about that, but I mean those are some pretty big names in the Anawahi and Fatu family that I would like to see join. I mean, they're phenomenal wrestlers, all of them. Like Jacob Fatu right now is really carving his own path. And I'm really impressed with like his character, his persona in the ring, everything. And I know you, Steve, have been quite impressed with him lately.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So, because I remembered she and yes, yeah, it was she came back after that, but yeah, I think it's more because of their daughter right now. But I know she wants to come back, but it's a matter of when. There's
There's
the tribal cheeks.
there's the tribal cheeks. There it is.
There's Rikishi's butt.
I'm getting this off the screen before I get you banned. All right.
Yeah, I think screenshots are okay, but I don't think
No,
videos and stuff are
screenshots are
okay.
fine, but a big old pair of exposed cheeks, I don't think are pretty good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But her daughter, I think, is what, three now?
Yeah, something like
Two
that.
or
Yeah.
three,
Hmm.
yeah. So, but they take her everywhere. She goes with mommy and daddy to the wrestling ring and everything else. And Seth and Becky are good parents. They're so sweet.
Very good parents, actually. The videos, the little shorts and TikToks they do are adorable.
Yeah, they're so
The
cute.
little Instagram reels and all that, they're cute.
Yeah. And I love to see it. And it's like Angel Garza's another good dad who we've seen
Oh,
countless
Garza,
times,
yep,
right?
yep.
Yeah, him and his little daughter is absolutely adorable. And I also think his wife is pregnant again, as far as I know.
Mm,
She might be
Garza, you gotta
pregnant
slow down. You gotta slow it down, buddy.
again. No, we need more babies. The birth rate has dropped, man.
In Korea, yeah.
Well, here too, believe it or not. Not as many people want to have kids anymore because they're just, it's they want career minded first, you know. But anyways, so those are some names that we're looking at coming back. There is I actually want to talk about this for a couple minutes, but it was it the week before last on SmackDown. Jimmy was talking to Gunther and
Oh boy.
the way he was talking to Jay and everything else, and Jimmy walked up to Gunther and smacked him across the face and then walked away. And I almost saw Gunther break character. You know, I almost saw him break character and start laughing because I don't think he was expecting Jimmy to connect like that. But the slap echoed through the whole building.
Mm-hmm.
It was almost as bad as that whip from Bianca's braid on Liv Morgan's back.
That was loud, yeah.
Yeah, but what did you think of that?
That slap was crazy. Now he regrets it later in that night. We'll get to that, but that slap was that was a big boy slap, honestly.
Yeah.
That was a super heavyweight slap right there.
Yeah, we were pretty blown and we were like, "Whoa." Oh my gosh. Like we thought Gunther was going to chase after him and get him, you know. Yeah, yeah. the Usos. It was tribal Usos, and then we had the Uso Penitentiary, and then now they're in their singles competition and everything else. Like, and I think they're doing really good as singles. I mean, the hard part about being twins, about being tag team when you come in, is not reassociating them simply with the tag team ever again, because people want them back together. People want to see them wrestle together. And when the week before last, when they came back and they what do you call it? They tagged up again. They lost, but they tagged up again. And it was nice to see. It was nice that the crowd cheered. They thought it was really cool and everything else, but they want to pursue singles careers. So who are we to stop them? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Uh, any thoughts on that?
Um. Yeah. No. I yeah. I want them. I want them back together. But
Mm.
as the singles career, like they're doing phenomenal. Um. It feels like the Hardys, man. And I don't want that.
Mm.
You know.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
But I can't just like force them because I'm a fan to want to only be tag team because like they're gonna get back together at some point. It's already about to happen, right? But
Yeah. Well, I mean, we already had the.
Jay's doing it.
Go ahead.
Jay's doing it great. So
Yeah.
now it's time to see if Jimmy can do the same thing, right?
I think after that slap, I think he can.
True.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, it's okay. Don't worry about it. I think that's just her character, hon. A lot of people don't like her character. But um no, when it comes to Jimmy and Jay, I get what you're saying, because it's like you don't want to put them in a bubble like they did with the Hardys, where they're strictly a tag team and they can't do nothing on their own and this and that, because it was like Matt had a hard time getting off the ground when it came to being a single competitor, but Jeff blew it out of the
Oh my
water,
god, yeah.
right? Especially with his makeup and his everything else. He never really changed anything except for that. He was still the same old um, Jeff Hardy, wearing the same old outfits and everything else, right? So we just kind of associated that. But unfortunately, Matt had his delete era and stuff like that. So it did make a big impact. Wow, I can't speak. A big impact,
Hmm.
but Jeff Hardy seemed to get higher than
Yeah.
Matt. And I think it's looking the same when you look at Jimmy and Jay, because you look at Jay and Jay, just that yeet took him,
Hmm.
right? Now I think if Jimmy had stuck around longer with the no yeet and stuff like that, I think he probably could have gone just as far. Yeah. So yeah, it was really tough. And then this here is uh Gunther tied Jay, or
You tied Jay.
Jay Uso, yeah, Jay
Hmm.
Uso to the ropes, and he couldn't get loose. He zip tied him, and of course made him watch Gunther beat the living crap out of Jimmy.
It was gross.
There was blood everywhere.
As
I've
you see,
never,
it's black and white right now. That's how bad it was, but it was
yeah,
just
yeah. We're not allowed to show the actual color on YouTube very
I
much.
don't think so. So
No. But if you look at it, you can see. But at the end of it, his face was completely covered.
it
Yeah.
was just yeah.
Um, there was just, I've never seen that much blood in WWE since the hardcore days. So
Speaking of that, they did return. They kind of are back. They had they defended their titles on NXT, and they've had a couple NXT matches recently. So yeah, they've definitely been back.
yeah,
Um,
they're in TNA championships right now.
they haven't been on the main show, but they've been in NXT. So I mean,
Mm,
they kind of are back in that sense.
yeah,
Um, Surprisingly enough, but
yeah, exactly. Yeah, like they're back as Hardy Brothers and everything else. They're TNA is kind of affiliated with WWE sort of now.
yeah.
Because I don't know if you've noticed in past Royal Rumbles and stuff like that, people have come in,
Mhm.
and they have um, What was I going to say now? People from TNA have come in and entered the Royal Rumble and stuff like that and whatever.
The thing with Matt, um, the sad thing is about his solo career was it was good, but they had to use like one him
Yeah.
betraying his brother, and then they had to use his real life issue with Edge and Lita, which was really messed up that they did that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um, and Edge came out a couple months ago in a podcast and talked about that and how they're
Yeah.
cool and they're good friends now. But back then, that
Yeah.
was a real heat. That was a real thing. And the
Yeah.
fact that Vince used to use that as storylines, and he did that a lot with real issues,
He did.
um, like with the Big Show's father and all that, right? So it's insane that that's how he had a great ECW career and solo career, um,
Yeah.
and obviously not as big as Jeff. Jeff winning that triple threat against Edge and Triple H will never be something to ever forget about. Um, and that's when it was the spinner belt too at the time. What a time! Um, but tag team brothers are meant to be tag team brothers, and that's just how it is. The Hardys went back together, and I think the Usos, after a solo run by each brother, I think they'll be back by next year, back in the tag team division for the title runs. I'm hyped for it. I need them
Yeah.
back together.
Yeah, we do. We do. And at some point, we need it back and forth. Like, I mean, they need their solo career too. I agree with you with that. But we do
Yeah,
need them back as a tag team, and that would be cool to see. And I think maybe in the next year, maybe that is something they can try and do.
yeah,
It would be something they could bring the Usos back together, and maybe,
mm-hmm.
because I think for us, looking at there's not enough tag teams
Yeah,
in that sense of it. Like, there's not enough competition to
true.
really have like a tag team turmoil type of competition, or you know what I mean, and have it come down as, I think that would be excellent because we haven't seen one of those in a long time. King of the Ring was announced that there is not going to be one this year. There is not one scheduled. It's not on the site. It's nowhere to be found. And we don't know when or if it's coming back. Unfortunately, I'm guessing that it wasn't a high grossing pay-per-view to have. Um, when was the last one? Was last year that we had a King of the Ring last
Yeah,
year?
because Gunther won it, and
Yeah.
then
We know Baron Corbin was a King of the Ring at one
that was a long
point.
time ago. But Gunther won it
Uh,
last year because then that's when he won his world title.
yeah.
And then I would like to say, I don't remember who won the women's one. Wait a minute.
Wasn't it
I
Zelina Vega?
think that was the year before.
Oh, okay.
Winner 2024.
Yeah.
Nia Jax, that's right. Nia
Yeah.
Jax won it last year, became champion. They both
Yeah.
became champion that night. Gunther and Nia did.
Yeah. Yeah. But like, I mean, I used to love the King of the Ring pay-per-view. Back in the day, I had one of those blow up chairs, the King of the Ring chair that you could sit it by the pool, and or you could have in your living room, and have it had two cup holders. It was great, fantastic thing. They had so much memorabilia for King of the Ring that it was just beautiful. But I don't know, it's kind of lost its luster for being a tremendous pay-per-view, just because there was such a big gap between having it, and then they brought it back for like what, 3 or 4 years, and then they stopped it
Mm-hmm.
again, and then they brought it back again, and then now they've stopped it again. So I don't know what they're planning. We always have a Money in the Bank match, which is usually what, the one after WrestleMania, um or a couple after that.
Usually,
um
like I think right after, yeah.
yeah, so I mean, that one is one big TLC match, right?
Usually it's
um
Backlash first, isn't it? And then it becomes
yeah, I think so.
because they call it WrestleMania Backlash, and they didn't. Well, they didn't even make Backlash a pay per view last year, right? Wasn't it just the first show after they just called it WrestleMania Backlash?
Yeah.
Like it's just so not important.
Yeah. And it just you can see that the ones that they promote, and which is our favorites too, is the Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, Survivor Series, and the Elimination Chamber, and
Right.
SummerSlam. SummerSlam. Those are the five that we really like. Other than that, other pay-per-views have kind of lost the glow of being popular.
Yeah.
But anyways, so King of the Ring, I don't know. It's up in the air whether they're going to have it next year or not, but it is not scheduled for this year. So that's kind of a big disappointment. But I mean, what are you
Yeah.
going to do, right?
Right.
Um, what was the other thing I was going to mention? Um, they're bringing up a lot of stuff with Stephanie's new show. It's a travel show, but basically what she's doing is visiting different superstars.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Undertaker, CM Punk, I think Cody Rhodes. There's quite a few. It's going to be on Disney Plus,
Yeah.
and there's one other one, I can't remember the other one that it's going to be on. So if you get a chance to watch it, if you have Disney Plus or whatever, you'll find it and you can watch it. Freezer. Um, and it's uh it's about her talking about their lives and their matches and their opinions and getting the opinions of other people regarding these stars. And seeing Stephanie do one-on-one interviews with these stars. I've seen some previews. They've had kind of previews on SmackDown and Raw. Seeing these has actually been really cool to watch.
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
It's cool. It's a cool new thing. It's good to see Stephanie back in the mix and doing stuff with the stars again.
Yeah.
And doing this is pretty cool, you know,
Yeah.
because we get to see more like a backstage in-depth feel. And seeing her, and I never knew that CM Punk used to give her sweaty hugs all the time. That's funny.
Yeah.
So
That
that
was
shows you that they never had issues with each other, but it was
yeah.
always Vince that had the problem with CM Punk. We know that now, right? So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to see more of that, like, because more backstage content is always good.
Mm.
Getting to know the superstars better is always good because when we see them on the screen, that's how we know them. So that's
Yeah.
why when I saw that Gunther interview that one time and he didn't have like as heavy of an accent, I was like, oh my lord,
Yeah. It always blows me away when they have when you look at Santino Marella, right? You see him on TNA and you see him come to WWE and he's got that big accent from Italy, right? And then he goes
And then
back
it's
and he
just
goes,
a
"Hey, how's
Canadian
it
dude.
going?"
Then it's just a Canadian dude.
Yep. He
Yeah.
has no accent whatsoever. It's just a fake accent. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
We were shocked the first time we heard it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it's kind of cool actually. To see them in a light like that. You know what I mean? To see them as they really are outside the ring. And yeah, CM Punk with the sweaty hugs,
Yeah.
right? That was hilarious. So yeah. Mm. But I don't know. What else should we discuss? Um, so what are the matches that we have so far
You're
for?
forgetting about the triple threat.
Yes,
That's the big
I'd
one
like
because
to
of the.
forget about the triple threat.
Well, no.
Sort of.
There's a big
Yeah.
stipulation with it that I want to
Right.
talk about. SmackDown's on right now, right?
I think SmackDown was on this afternoon, so we'll have to watch it after this.
Okay.
Um,
Because on this thing it says they're live right now. That's why I wanted to make sure.
oh, is it? Oh, okay.
What channel was it on? USA?
I think so. Yeah, that or what do you call it? Netflix.
Well, it's not Netflix for me.
No, it'd probably be on USA.
I have to watch it later. Anyway, sorry. But no, the triple threat match. The reason I wanted to bring that up is because it's we already knew it was going to be Roman Punk and Seth Rollins. We said that like our first stream here, coming back. But the
Yeah.
only thing that's weird about that is for some reason, and this wasn't. He said it wasn't the favor. He
Mm,
said that CM Punk will get the main event. So that means that they're taking Jey Uso and Gunther's world title match. It'll be the first time ever in WrestleMania history that the main world title will not be the main event.
yep.
And
It's
that's
just
so bullcrap.
weird.
It's so BS to me. Like, I'm actually really annoyed by that fact.
Yeah.
Because yeah, CM Punk gets his main event, but this is so cheap. It's so cheeky how they did it.
Yeah.
But he said that wasn't the favor. So,
Right.
what is that ad in the ring? It's like some video games. It's Kazan or something like that. Play now. What the hell? Anyway,
Yeah.
right now it's dude from Fraxium versus
Okay.
Dragon Lee. Frazier versus Dragon Lee.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the main event was at night one. It's gonna be the main
Yeah.
event.
Yeah.
I honestly, the reason they did it, right? The reason they
Yeah.
made it the main event, it's because of Roman. It wasn't
Yep.
because of CM Punk achieving his dream. It was because of Roman.
Yep.
And that's screwing Gunther and Jay, because that could be the best match of the night, Jay and Gunther. But
Yeah.
how do you feel about it? It's already a triple threat, so I'm already annoyed. So
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like, I wanted to see the Roman match, but it would have been better for night 2. It's supposed to be for night 2 because it's like a special match.
I
There's
have it
somebody
muted. I have it
here.
muted. Don't worry. I have it muted.
I know, right? There's somebody here that wants to say hi first. If you want to stick your head in over here.
Oh boy,
It's
Joe
our
Burrow has
co-star.
arrived.
Hello.
Hello, Joe.
What's up?
What's good?
Yo, twin.
I'm gonna do a magic trick. I'm gonna show up here now, and then later on, out of like it was absolute magic, I'm just gonna appear in the stream. It's gonna happen.
Is this the trivia meister?
Yeah, this is Twin.
Oh my gosh.
This is Twin. He's the one who won the trivia yesterday.
You just got doxed.
Do you know what my favorite part is? Is the fact that like I joined in saying like I had no idea anything about like Mission Impossible, and then completely lied to everybody and then nailed it.
Yeah, that's how you got to do it.
Yeah. I was like, if I bluff them, they won't get it.
Yeah. Are you headed home?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna head home in a bit.
Well, Steve will send you a link and you can pop in because we got less to talk about
All right,
tonight.
hold on, ready?
Okay. Okay.
All right.
All right, I'll be back soon. Don't worry. My awaiting fans.
Yes.
Like,
he has so many.
Yes.
One of them, you.
Dude, that was a picture-in-picture that lasted like 5 minutes.
I know, right?
Oh wait, no, it's Ray Phoenix and Nathan Frazier.
Yeah, Ray Phoenix is in there now. Yep.
All
right.
I thought that was his Dragon Lee. That's Ray Phoenix. I forgot you said he was coming to SmackDown next week. Like the no surprise to it.
Yeah, See, this is the thing. Yeah, exactly, right? I got a check. I'll make you disappear. Yeah. Yeah, so we were watching, I was watching SmackDown, and all of a sudden I see this thing for Ray Phoenix. And I had mentioned to you
Dude, Nathan Frazier's good
weeks ago that I said, I guarantee now that what's his face? Penta. Now that Penta's in there, I know because Ray Phoenix is his brother. So he's gonna come in, right? And I said it. And here we go. Last week there was a little promo. No, this is what Steve and I it really bothers us. Okay. Is the fact that people will sit there. Steve's watching in the background here.
Dude, Frazier landed. He decided to cut you off, but he does that like weird like corkscrew jump off the top.
Yeah.
And he landed weird on his ankles and his legs just like split open.
Ooh, that's
good.
He's somebody. Now. Yeah, somebody's
like
going
Ray
home.
Phoenix is about to finish the match right now because he's not
I think
looking
so.
good right now. Anyway, continue.
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, we knew that. I said to Steve, I go, I know he's coming. It's just a matter of when. Now, this, like I said, this is what bothers us about the WWE when it comes to surprising people who's coming to the thing, right? And it's like, why do you do this? Why do you sit there and you all of a sudden broadcast that this person's coming? Why would they not leave that as a surprise for a match? Why wouldn't they have him like show up at a match? Because I think why do I keep forgetting his name? Penta has a match for WrestleMania weekend. So why wouldn't they allow like Ray Phoenix to come in and help him or something as like a surprise?
They want to make them be solo character wrestlers and solo wrestlers.
Yeah, but Oh,
Ooh,
yeah.
that was
I've got
gorgeous.
it on too.
That kip up super kick was
Oh,
gorgeous.
okay.
Ooh,
Yeah.
dude, Ray
Okay.
Phoenix, he's good. Well, it wasn't even the fans. It was literally on the
Yeah.
show. They're like, "Oh yeah, Ray Phoenix has a
Yeah.
match next week on SmackDown." It's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, all right."
Yeah.
Blue Thunder
Yeah.
Bomb. That's it.
That's it.
Ray Phoenix with the
But
dub and
yeah.
crying. Wow, welcome to
Yeah.
WWE, dude.
That's awesome. And look at those scratches on his chest now and
Yeah,
everything.
he looks rough and tough.
Hey, you know what, dude? It's okay. Is he?
It's true though.
This.
People are bad about that too. Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, Steve and I realize there's a couple of guys that actually go that are like front row seat holders that are podcasters, that are newscasters and everything else. And they see these things happen on pre recorded shows, yet they will still show it during that week. And it's
Oh,
like, it
spoil
leaves
the
no
heck out of it.
surprise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I don't like that. If you're there, just leave it for the day that it's actually coming out. Keep it quiet. But then again, the hard part is there's millions or hundreds and thousands of fans there that are going to spoil it anyway.
Mhm.
But we would prefer that these bigger streamers that are doing the wrestling news don't spoil it.
You don't hear my thing, right?
No.
Okay. I
Yeah.
have it on low so I can hear what he's saying.
Yeah. But yeah, so it's like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what bothers us. If you're gonna have a surprise, leave it a surprise. It's like when they had the Penta thing. They showed a clip of his blacklight thing or his neon light,
Mhm.
and Steve and I and our friend Austin automatically went, Penta's coming.
But they never
Holy
directly
crap.
said it. The only
No.
thing that ruined he just spit all over down my throat. The only
Yeah.
thing that ruined Penta's debut was that they freaking posted his merch in the shop right before the show. It's like, and they posted on Instagram. I'm like, guys,
Yeah.
damn it. I guess
Yeah.
Penta's coming tonight, and there he is. Like, damn
Yeah.
it, dude.
We were blown away. It's like, no, come on. This is
Like,
not the way you're supposed to
how does this
run.
always happen?
Yeah, I think when the only thing, like I said, when Vince was around, he was really good at keeping things a secret.
Well,
You
it
know?
used to be different. Like things back in the day, kayfabe used to exist outside the company. Like no one knew
Yeah.
who Undertaker was behind. I mean, no one knew Mark Calloway for like 30 years.
Yeah.
So, even like in public, he was dressed up as the dead man, and he still had the deep voice,
Yeah.
the dead man. So he still did that in public. So you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
now it's like everyone knows it's a character, right? So
Absolutely. Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, this is, we get this a lot. Hey, how's it going, Noel? No swearing in my chat. No, anyways. But yeah, no, it's at that point now where there's no spoilers anymore. It's lately though, there's been some things that have been unpredictable, like that slap to Gunther was unpredictable. But there's come things that are totally predictable. Like we predicted that Fennec was coming. We predicted that there was going to be a triple threat
we
match
knew the
between
exact triple
Seth,
threat.
Punk,
Now
and
we
Roman.
never predicted that it was going to be a main event. Dang.
No,
As soon
that
as
is one
we
thing.
started speculating that was what it was going to be, we're like, okay, Punk doesn't get his main event this year, and even
Yeah.
all the news outlets was like, did Punk get did he get snubbed for the main event again? All this,
Yeah.
so we all thought, he wasn't getting the main event. So now that
Yeah.
he has a main event, that was a big shock.
Yeah.
I don't know how Jimmy or how Jay and Gunther feel about it because that's kind of crappy. But
Yeah. Yeah.
so that's
Thanks, Izzy.
it is a main event match.
Yeah, it is, and that's the thing. There's Jade Cargill, I think, is going to have a match with Naomi, but this whole thing between her, Naomi, and Bianca, I don't know, because Bianca hasn't said too much because she's having her little thing with Io and Rhea right now, so
Correct.
they're kind of focusing on that, and she's being left alone to deal with Naomi. Now Naomi's come out with this like new angle, and I actually kind of like it. It's a little bit harder, it's a little more heel of her cautious era, where she's got caution tape all over her, basically her outfit. I think it's actually really a really good turn for her.
Yeah.
You know? And hopefully this thing with her and Jade will become a match. Like I said, we're not exactly sure of all the matches that are going to be happening for WrestleMania weekend. I think they're still trying to figure out a few. But
I
we've
got
also
some. I got some updated just for tonight.
okay. Okay.
Starting from SmackDown preview, Reigns, Punk, and Seth will be live, so that's probably going to be the end of the show, I'd imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Braun Strowman takes on Jacob Fatu in the United States title #1 contenders match. I think that's next.
Yeah.
Phoenix did just debut against Nathan Frazier and won. And Motor City Machine Guns. Actually, this might be next. Motor City Machine Guns battle DIY in a WWE Tag Team #1 contender match. So that's what we got so far. And for matches so far, they did announce AJ Styles and Logan Paul is going to be a match. So that is set. And so now we're caught up on that aspect.
Yeah. Don't worry, Noel. I think that Izzy would probably agree with you about Bianca. They're not too fond of Bianca either. So Bianca.
You gotta say it like Wade Barrett.
Yeah.
Bianca.
Hi, Shelly Bug. What's going on, girl?
Hello.
Finally, someone that agrees with you. Yeah.
Bianca.
Yeah. You know what? And this is the thing. What is it? So the Hall of Fame is April 18th. The Undertaker show is on the 19th. WrestleMania, April 20th. NXT, April 22nd. Tickets are all on sale now for that if you guys are interested in going to the events. But the WrestleMania will be on Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, two-nighter.
I know. Yeah. So we also have Drew McIntyre causing issues backstage. Apparently he's wearing an eye patch now, so yeah.
That's because he's now rated R.
Yeah, he's a pirate. And of course Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. I don't know if that's going to be a match. We got the Street Profits, who have their title to defend. Whether that's going to be, we'll have more answers next weekend, which would be the weekend before the pay-per-view. Well, yeah, probably
because there's a couple #1 contender matches going on tonight. So
yeah,
so as we're doing this live, the SmackDown will probably still be going on after because it's 2 hours. But we may know at least one answer before the live ends tonight. So
yeah, exactly. I think it's because Kevin Owens and Rand. Oh, it's supposed to be. I think Damian Priest and yeah, the Pirates because they're that's right. But I think it's going to be Damian Priest. Yeah, a little bit. It had a little jewel in it. But anyways, Drew McIntyre and I think Damian Priest is going to be a match.
It could be a send-off, yeah.
Yeah. Now, Braun Strowman, I'm not sure what they're doing with him right now. He's just kind of feuding with Jacob Fatu. So I don't know if that's there's so many potential matches right now that they have listed as fights that are going. There's LA Knight as well. I don't know what's going on with that because he's another one that's feuding with Jacob Fatu. We got Cody Rhodes, John Cena. What other women's matches? Got Lyra Valkyria having to defend her title. What else? There's so much. To pack it all into one weekend.
Well, LA Knight's the U.S. champion. And,
right.
Like I said, we are having a U.S. title #1 contender match it's Braun Strowman and Jacob Fatu to be #1 contender. So it's probably going to be Jacob Fatu and LA Knight for the U.S. title.
Yeah.
At Mania. Yeah. Unless Strowman wins that. I'm not going to say he's not, but Jacob Fatu is,
yeah, exactly.
If he's picking up Braun Strowman and actually hitting him with Samoan drops, that's insane.
Yeah, exactly. One thing I did want to bring up, thank you, Izzy, is the fact that they did say that Nikki posted something or they showed a clip of her asking for help or something like that to Alexa Bliss. Now, she's part of the Wyatt Six, so I don't know how that's going to work because Nikki is one of the Wyatt Six, along with Redbeard and a few other people. But apparently they're coming back soon. Now, whether it's before or after WrestleMania, I don't know. Maybe they could show up at WrestleMania to target someone. I'm not sure. That would be a really good idea, mind you. But his brother, We knew him as Bo Dallas, is now Uncle Howdy. And he has picked up where Bray Wyatt has left off, and I'm really, really glad that he did. And he's been doing a phenomenal job with it. He's got such a mind for what Bray had envisioned for the Fiend character and stuff. Yeah, yeah.
So the
Oh,
Wyatt,
it's okay.
the Wyatt Six. So there is only 5 members currently.
Yeah.
But their name also is SICKS because they're sick in the head. So
Yeah.
that's also a play on the words.
Yeah.
So they're the Wyatt Six, and originally everyone's like, okay, Alexa could come to it and be number 6, or the 6th member is Bray, but they still could have Alexa. They could have them do the female tag title thing, or they could both be going for individual female titles now that we have multiple actual mid-card female titles.
Yeah.
Who knows what they're going to do with that?
Yeah.
But I mean, it's inevitable. She's got the Lily doll. She came out with a new Lily. It's inevitable. She's going to be at least against them or with them. It's one of the two.
Yeah.
In some way, she'll be part of them. Oh, there's LA Knight coming out. Yeah.
There you
go. Let me talk to you.
Yeah, let me talk to you. I do like LA Knight. He's like a future Stone Cold Steve Austin.
He almost fell.
Oh, geez. What else is new there, everybody? You know what? I noticed that a lot lately. Like, Jimmy has been tripping up over the mat. There's been a couple of matches that have been botched because people were slipping.
Are they using new, shine on the corners or something? Or, in the ring? Or what is it?
I don't know. Maybe it's the new mat.
People slipping on the rope, going up on the rope. It's happened a lot lately this year.
Maybe it's those logos on the tarp.
I don't know.
On the mat, that's another thing I want to bring up now that we're on the subject of it too. Great segue. I want to bring up the fact that there's been a lot of people who are complaining about the advertisements on the mat itself. Now, Vince was one that was wanting to keep things very sacred, very traditional when it came to wrestling. And the one thing he wanted was to make sure there was never any logos or advertisements or anything like that on the mat. He always kept it clean. Yeah. And all of a sudden, now there's all logos all over the mat. There's advertisements, there's sponsors and whatever else on the mat.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a lot of people are saying that that's the reason that people are slipping, because they're slipping on the advertisements because it's vinyl and stuff like that, right? So they're looking at that as a possible reason as to why this is happening. I don't know. I think for Jimmy, I thought it was just fake, him slipping and this and that and the other thing, or Jay slipping, whichever. But
one of the twins.
Yeah, but it's more than just them. And I've seen it happening every week now. There's somebody slipping and falling on it and stuff. So I don't know if that's the reason or not. But I don't know if you guys in the chat want to pipe in about this. But what are your thoughts on, and I want Steve's opinion too, what are your thoughts on having the advertisements and sponsors and logos on the mat versus keeping it sacred and nothing? I know, right?
That's probably me in my game.
Yeah. But versus having nothing on the mat and keeping it sacred. So, Steve, what's your thought?
I can't stand the logos. Once they added the Prime bottle in, I knew it was going to get worse and worse. And then all of a sudden now, Raw had the Fortnite logo and all this logo, that logo, the Saudi Arabia logo, the India logo for their thing with it. I don't have any problem with any of that, any of those companies, anything. But damn it, when you pay attention more to the logos than the wrestlers, that's not good. That's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
I want my attention to be on the wrestlers. I want to be able to watch the match without having to complain about the damn logos in the mat.
Yeah.
Yeah. I understand advertising, and and especially being on Netflix with all those advertisers, you have to do that. But dude, now, and SmackDown didn't do it really for a while, other than the Prime bottle. And now there's a whole new logo every week on SmackDown. So now they're even there. So now that they've gone to Netflix with International, so now they've got logos too. And it's just man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
And
can't stand it.
if you look at the mat right now, I think it has that big prime bottle in the middle. Or is it? No, it's
It's
something
some like video game.
Kazan or something like that. Yeah, it's a big logo in the middle like every week. Now, see, I
Wait,
agree with
you
you.
see that Clash of Clans ad?
Yep.
There's wrestlers in it. Look at the Yeet. Oh my lord.
Holy cow.
WWE wrestlers in
Um,
Clash of Clans now? That's crazy.
that's awesome.
They made Cody Rhodes look
Uh,
like an old ass man. Made him look like a dude
um,
from Sons of Anarchy.
exactly, right. And I think that's because of the logo in the middle of the ring, right? I think that's part of it.
Oh boy,
Um,
Tama Tonga.
yeah. But I mean, this for me, I think they should not have a logo in the middle of it. I really do. Because what if that is part of it? Part of the reason why they're slipping and this and that and the other thing.
Mm-hmm.
However, I like the way that they used to do it back in the day when I used to watch it. And we've been watching a lot of old SmackDown and old pay-per-views from the
Oh my
90s,
gosh,
like
yeah.
99 and stuff. And the way they did advertisements is they would put up a logo, like especially when it came to Slim Jim, it was up in the corner, this part of wrestling has been bought to you, or this portion of wrestling has been bought to you by Slim Jim or by this company or that company. I don't see why that can't be a thing still. Why they need it on there.
Yeah,
If you want to put it in the
they've gotten
bottom
rid of like,
corner.
because even like NFL, they still and baseball, they still have the pop ups like this game is brought to you by this, brought to you by they even sports still do it.
Yeah.
The problem is that they want to have more commercials.
Yeah.
So now we can't have the little. I don't know why. It's like you got to see the whole entrance, but then it's like a 4-minute commercial. So like I don't know.
Yeah.
It's really weird how things are. It's seeing the old ways was just so much better.
Oh
Because
yeah.
sure, yeah, you didn't see all the entrances, but usually when it was like the lower card wrestlers, like the Al Snows or somebody that just isn't ever like a big name,
Yeah, exactly.
it'll be okay. Yeah, we'll just do an advertisement during his entrance, whatever.
Yeah.
Which I'm, okay, maybe that's unfair to the wrestler. Maybe that's why it's changed. But like,
Yeah.
you got more show out of the show. Other
Yeah.
advertising the Stephanie thing, Disney Plus and Hulu and ESPN Plus. There you go. There's the 3.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I have 2 of the 3 of those.
Yeah. So you're getting commercials that I don't. So that's good that you're getting those. But see, yeah, and you're right. This is a thing. Like they could even do like they do on hockey rinks or on football fields where they have a certain side dedicated to all the different advertisers that they need to put on, all the different promoters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like in hockey games, you've got Bell Telephone, Rogers, like for Canada. You've got Pizza, you've got this towing company or this and that, but it's all on the boards, right? Have that. They've got SmackDown written so many places in it. You don't really need that. So why not put it along the boards or the ring post, like the what do you call them? The barriers. Put them on that. If
Yeah.
you're so interested in having advertising, that's just like this is just my thought on it. Where I think that it should be kept sacred the way Vince intended it to be.
Yeah.
Right, and keep the ring clean. Because the one thing that shows me that it should be is if you watch a lot of wrestlers when they enter the ring, is how they get on the edge of the mat and they wipe their shoes off before they get in. And that's
Right.
like a ritual that they do to keep that sacred. It's tradition, it's routine, it's whatever. Right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Do you agree with that, or is it just
No, I agree with that. I'm okay with them advertising, but just when it become like I said, is if the advertising, if they did it like more like UFC, where they had them on the corners of the ring, where it's not really in the center, so you're not really focusing on it. That's fine. But when you have the big ass like video game logo in the middle of the ring, I keep seeing it when I'm trying to watch the match. Like, you know, this Kazan one isn't as absurd as some of them have been. But the very first, the debut episode of Raw on Netflix, it had stuff on the 4 corners and then the big ass Fortnite OG logo right in the slap middle. I'm just like,
and a couple
oh
on the
Lord.
around that too.
Yeah, on the diamond they had some. Yeah, it was just like, oh my Lord.
Yeah, it's too much, and this is a thing, and I think this is where Vince didn't want it to go. And there is some things, like I said, that I respect about Vince. You know what I mean? And this is one of them. You know, there's some things that need to be kept traditional, need to be kept sacred, and where people are wrestling in that ring is to them a sacred space. So you keep it that way. You know.
Yeah.
Um, but
Call of
anyways,
Duty Warzone advertisement. What are we in 2021?
yeah, and that's it.
Jeez.
Holy cow. Um, so anyways,
Oh,
our buddy Twin should be joining us soon. I don't know if you sent him a link yet,
I
but
did a while ago. I don't know if he's
okay.
joining.
Yeah, he said he was gonna appear soon, so we shall see.
Make it
Um,
appearance.
yeah, I don't know. But anyways, but yeah, so we've got so many matches that weekend. Steve, can you pull up the list of Hall of Famers that we've got listed already? That they've already pointed for inductions. Also, I think the Slammy Awards are that weekend as well. I think on the 17th. Um, so we'll wait for Steve to put it.
It's opening up a new tab, and then I go here. Oh, it's telling me that hold on.
Yeah, no worries.
It's telling me I haven't given permission to my browser to share for some reason, even though I literally did because I did it earlier. I literally shared something earlier, and now it's like you must give it permission, then reload the tab. Well, if I reload the tab, it ends the stream. So what I'll do is I'll save the picture, and then I'll open it as a picture itself, and bring it up. That's how you do it.
Yeah, there we go. The first one we got, Lex Luger. Now, I don't know if you remember him back in the day. He was more in the early 90s and stuff like that as a wrestler. He's a tremendous wrestler who now, unfortunately, has some physical issues, but he is training with Diamond Dallas Page to keep himself going, which I'm really, really happy about. And you know what? He was a tremendous wrestler, and like if we could show clips, we would. But you know, we'd get copyright and we'd get our lives shut down, so we're not going to do that. But
Yeah, we'd never do that. So
yeah, yeah, exactly. Triple H. Now, this one, a lot of people complain because he's already inducted into the Hall of Fame as a DX member, but as a solo wrestler, he has not been inducted. He has had hundreds of accomplishments, um, stuff like that. So I really think he deserves this as Paul Levesque or as Triple
one
H.
reason that
You
people
know,
had an issue with him being in it is everyone has the thing. Oh, he put himself in the Hall of Fame and took a spot. No,
no,
it was like the Undertaker and then Michelle McCool and them. They kind of surprised him and stuff. They kind of surprised him and put him in without him even knowing it. They called him like, by the way, you're in the Hall of Fame. And he's like, no, don't.
yeah, he did not want to be
Didn't want
inducted
to.
for
He didn't
that.
want to take the spot, but they put him in. It was like Road Dogg and somebody else and Undertaker. They got together. So,
Yeah.
so let's put that to bed. And he's my favorite of all time. So I'm very happy about this.
Mm-hmm.
Sean X Pac Waltman was inducted for the NWO and DX. So
Yep.
why can't Triple H, be in both, right? Shawn Michaels was inducted for multiple. Like, let's not
For
pretend Triple H doesn't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. I mean, it's literally every single episode from like the 2000s up, and even 99 and up, you'll see Triple H somewhere. Like,
yeah,
he was
yeah.
always there. So he 100% deserves this.
Yeah. And yes, Lita actually was here. Was it last year she was around? Around
Had a run
yeah.
when had a run.
Yeah, if you look it up, Izzy, you'd probably be able to find it, but it was last year. She did have a few matches. She looked fantastic. A little bit of ring rust. There was some very evidential ring rust from not being in the ring for so long, but
And
she
some
looked
age,
good.
but she still
Yeah.
hit the moonsault. She did her thing. She did the twist of fate.
Yep.
She still did good. She did her thing. So
Yeah, I was really impressed with how well she did, just like for her age and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Yeah. The third person that we have is Michelle McCool, which, if you don't know, is Mark Calloway, the Undertaker's wife.
Yeah.
She is married to him, and they have how many kids? I can't remember now. He's got a couple from his previous marriage to Sarah, but I think he's got 2 kids from Michelle. I'm not too sure. But they
Dead man loving.
that's right. He
I
he
couldn't say the
is
other
the
one I wanted
one.
to say, so
It's okay. um he is the one who told Michelle that she was being inducted, and they kind of announced it with him there. Triple H did.
yeah.
And she cried. She broke down, she cried, and everything else. So I thought that was really, really cool. Now, do we have anybody else, or is that all we have so far?
This is the list so far. There's other
Oh,
superstars mentioned like Steve Austin and them, but they're just there to be part of the ceremony.
uh, also, but they are being inducted for a moment. Now, this is a new branch of the Hall of Fame for WWE. Is going to be wrestling moments.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, and it's Steve Austin and Bret Hart, their match. And I think I remember I talked about it and I can't remember what the thing was. But that is going to be a moment that's going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame. So
You mean the Mania match where Bret Hart had freaking Steve Austin the
yes.
sharpshooter and the blood was pouring down his face like crazy?
Yes, that's the one. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And
Um,
he knocked Austin out with the
yeah.
sharpshooter.
And that's the match that they're going to bring to,
The screen
that's the
went
match
black
that
and
they're going to
white.
bring to light. Yeah. So that's a new, like I said, a new section of the WWE Hall of Fame is going to be moments. So I don't know if this is the only
No, not
moment
a
or
roll up.
not.
Okay, kicked out.
I don't know if it's going to be a moment or not.
Good night.
Or if there's going to be any more, but that's the only one that I know of so far. The Slammies, you can vote on them. I'm not too sure where, but you can. I think it's on, is it on WWE.com or there's something you can find it, but you can vote for your person that you want to win that award. There's about 15 to 20 different awards. There's a best wrestler, best rookie, like the best newcomer. There's best matches. There's best tag teams. Um, best funny moments.
Yeah.
Best singles competitor. Just stuff like that. Women, men. There's yeah. So um, there's even a couple dumb ones that just they sound silly. But they started this Slammies. I think it was about 10, 15 years ago they started the Slammies, and it just kept going. So
Yeah.
if we can get the results for those awards and stuff, we'll tell you next week or after WrestleMania. We'll fill you in on all the info because that's going to be a long stream.
Yeah.
That's going to be a long one. So um anyways, another match is Charlotte Flair and Tiffany
Yeah.
Stratton. Now we talked about this in a smidge of things last week, saying how we really want Charlotte to lose. That's just me because she comes in, she takes over, she wins. I think it'd be
Yeah.
kind of cool to see her lose and have Tiffany Stratton, who just won this title, carry it. But I don't know how you feel. I'd like to hear your opinion on that.
Sorry, that was just so weird. Seth Rollins showed up in the big car instead of Roman, and now Paul's all confused.
Yeah,
Is Paul going to be with Seth Rollins? That's a theory.
I think so.
So Tiffy and Charlotte. I'm worried about it.
Yeah.
I'm worried Charlotte's going to get another free pass and get another free championship and bury Tiffy after all that she just went through with Nia and Candice and all that crap, and then to now be like, oh yeah, by the way, Charlotte's back, so see you, bye.
Yeah. I don't like that. I don't like that at
I've
all.
seen that happen to other wrestlers that Charlotte did, and they never recovered, or at least it took about a long time to recover.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Well, I agree. Yep. Spoiled brat. Yep. I agree. In a way, and I mean, this is the way they've portrayed her coming off the helicopters and everything like that. And it's like, what are you supposed to say? You know what I mean? She comes in, she wins it. she gets injured, she disappears for a while again after she loses. Some people would say it's hiatus, whatever it is, but I don't think it's fair. And I think for a twist and maybe a shock would be for her to lose and have, like I said, Tiffany Stratton hang on to that title a
Oh
little
my
longer.
lord, what is that outfit, Charlotte?
Yeah, I know, right?
What in the world?
Yeah. If you're
That's
not
that's
watching
straight
it,
up underwear.
yeah, if you're not watching it, Charlotte just
Oh
came
my
out in a
lord, have
black
mercy,
lace
that
outfit,
Lord
and
have
she's
mercy,
wearing
those
like
cheeks.
the booty short underwear. She's wearing those underneath black lace stockings, and there's too much. I don't know what's going on with today's fashion and the revealing
Good
of all this
lord,
stuff. Like,
those cheeks.
I don't like it. I don't like it. That's just me, though. I don't like that kind of stuff. I think they should stay covered up a little bit.
You're like, I don't like it. Here I am. No, Lord have mercy, them cheeks.
I know.
Um,
But yeah, so that's just my opinion. I was hoping, yeah, anyway, enough said about Charlotte. Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Yep. Before YouTube puts you in the corner. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's what else do we got? There's so much. But the Motor City
Logan Paul
Machine
and AJ
Guns.
Styles. We got Motor City Machine Guns and
Yeah, Logan Paul. Who's he going up against again?
AJ Styles.
Yes, the phenomenal AJ Styles.
Not just any AJ Styles, the phenomenal.
The phenomenal one. What I want to say. Hey, you know what? It's okay, hun. It's okay, no worries.
Totally get it.
What was I gonna say now?
I
AJ
totally
Styles, Logan Paul. This match here, for me, I think is kind of funny and kind of cool. It's probably a dream and a half for Logan Paul to be wrestling against AJ. But AJ is talking about retiring soon. And this could be the last year, last run, last 2 years. We're not sure how long his contract is right now. But he just got back. And I have liked him ever since I seen him in TNA. I really, really have. And I was really impressed with him back then and really impressed with him even more now. So I don't know. Who do you think's going to win between those two?
I think AJ will put the smack down on him and shut him up.
Mm,
I don't see
yeah.
any reason for that not to be a thing.
Yeah. 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 Who is this? Sorry, we're watching a commercial for Boating Music. Okay. I don't know. I think Charlotte's had her nose done.
I'm watching Drive Time.
Yeah. Charlotte's had her nose done and her cheeks done, I can tell. Anyways,
Which cheek?
their facial cheeks, you bum. No, she has no butt. She does need to have.
She doesn't.
No. Oh, here's Tiffany. Oh, Tiffany coming out in the same sort of outfit as Charlotte.
Wait, hold
Sorry,
on.
but I think Tiffany wears it better.
I gotta channel my inner Booker T. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's different now that I've seen Tiffany in person.
Yeah. Yeah, Steve had a chance to meet her. It was last year at SummerSlam.
That's why SummerSlam will have a special place in my heart for pay-per-views now, because I got to see their Roman return live. That was sweet. The Jelly Roll performance was cool. That was with our buddy Austin, Nitro Fusion, or whatever he goes by nowadays.
Yeah. So yeah, and so at least you got to. He said that the yeeting was loud and long.
Oh yeah,
I did it for a long time.
I could just yell yeet down the hallway, and I got a whole yeet chant. It was cool. I was with my people for sure.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's fantastic. Anyways, but yeah, so Tiffany and Charlotte, like I said, I don't know. I hope Charlotte does lose, because Tiffany is almost like the new Charlotte type thing. Booker T question: Can you dig it, sucker? Yeah. See, he has been saying that, and the thing is, this is another thing too. I'd like to chat about too is the LFG show. We watch it every week, and it's up and coming wrestlers that are trying to get a spot on NXT.
Yeah.
And they're actually really super talented and everything else. The coaches, as I've mentioned before in previous weeks, is we have Booker T, Undertaker,
Yep.
Mickey James, and
Yep.
Bubba Ray Dudley.
Yep.
Phenomenal coaches. The advice that these coaches give is amazing. Winning right now is Booker T and the Undertaker with points because they get points every week depending on what people decide to give them.
Yeah. So it's categories. So like they'll have a match, and then based on who carries the match and who looked better,
Yeah.
that person that team, like those judges will decide. It's the 3 judges that are not on the so like obviously Booker T can't vote for his own guy, so
Yeah.
they always have like they'll have like Shawn Michaels be a judge, or if they have Michelle McCool there, or they had CM Punk there to be a judge when they did the promos, so they'll have a fair judging that way. Yeah, it is the exact same outfit. That's crazy.
Yeah.
So that's how they'll do it. And somehow Bully Ray, has 0 points, and he is so frustrated.
Yeah.
And Booker T is just killing it. I mean, Booker T trained Roxanne, one of my favorites and stuff. So
Did he train Trick too?
I think so. That's why I love him so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Booker T, minus the weirdness, he's phenomenal as a coach.
Yeah.
As a trainer.
Yeah.
You just wouldn't know because the weirdo thing.
Yeah, if he didn't do that thing every Tuesday night, every time Stephanie Vicaire had a match, or the Nothing But Me thing, if he didn't do those things as a commentator during NXT, I wouldn't have a problem with him because, yeah, like Steve said, he is a phenomenal coach. The advice that he gives these guys, how calm he is with them, and how honest he is with them, and stuff like that, blows us away because we like seeing him like that. But when it comes to his commentating, I think he needs to change that up a bit. But anyways, on this show, if you get a chance to watch, called LFG, he is a coach on there, like I said, along with the other ones. Shawn Michaels is the host, and they have a different pro wrestler come in pretty much every week. They've had Gunther come in. They've had Jesse James come in. They've had CM Punk come in.
Dog.
Yeah. And
Road
so
Dog,
they
Jesse
come
James,
in
or
and they
whatever
give
they
their
call him now.
advice. Yeah, the Road Dog, Jesse James. They have a different person come in every week to give them advice on how to do things. And it's hard because there's this one girl that she cries all the time. Like at the drop of a hat, she's crying.
Oh my god, the Australian chick.
Yeah. She's a super sweet girl, great wrestler, but if she could just get over that hurdle of crying at the drop of a hat.
Look, I'm compassionate, but when you're in this business, you can't be crying over everything.
No.
If you can't handle like the pressure, you just don't be there. Like that's I'm sorry to say, but like it's being a wrestler or professional athlete of any type is one of the most stressful things you could be.
Yeah.
So if you can't handle the emotion of it, you just can't do it.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay. Okay, yeah, less medication for you. But yeah. But that's exactly right. If you can't handle the heat, get out of the kitchen. You know what I mean? Like it's a point of you have to be able to handle. It's like people who want to be singers, who want to be actors and stuff. If you can't handle the stage fright or being in front of a camera like that and whatever, it is not the job for you. As much as you want that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you can't handle criticism, you just can't. It's hard. Some people being told that you sucks is not easy.
Yeah.
But like if you can't handle that, then how can you handle being on the big stage at Mania, right? Like you got to look at the big picture of it.
Yeah.
So if you can't handle it, you just can't do it. It's unfortunately, but
yeah. Well, the thing is too, you have to understand. Like it's like at least it's not JYP giving you advice. No, you just aren't good.
No, don't even. No, JYP is like she's the crying like sorry that was bad. That wasn't great. And then he's like, well, you're not very good. I'm just like, or he said, obviously you're not very good. I'm like, dude, I'm like, damn,
cushion the blow a little, will you? Yeah.
Damn, break her heart forever. No
Ouch.
wonder
Yeah, I
why
bet you
nobody
were.
wants to go to JYP. Damn.
Yeah, and that's it, right? So, but anyways, is there anything else you want to mention? Because we've got
You didn't mention the Motor City Machine Guns. I don't think we talked about them, did we?
no, go ahead. You start it.
Motor City Machine Guns will have a I don't know if it's a number one contender match tonight. I think it is.
I think so, yeah.
Yes, they battle DIY tonight for number one contender match
Okay.
against Street Profits. So that'll be tonight, obviously later, because the stream that's probably gonna be the main event, right?
Yeah.
What's going on right now on the show? Let me see. Charlotte and Tiffy are still yapping. All right.
Yep.
Two blonde white women wearing the same outfit, still fighting. Over that.
Tiffy wears it better.
Well,
Sorry.
She's got more assets to make it look better.
Yes, this is true.
She got more plastic.
And I think I'm not sure what else is for tonight. What other matches? Obviously, Seth Rollins is there to put in his 2 cents. We're still waiting for Roman Reigns to arrive. Adam Pearce is now announcing something for me. I think I'm a little bit ahead of you, unfortunately.
Yeah, because I can't watch it unless I watch it like on a weird stream.
General Manager Adam Pearce will be here next week on SmackDown and will present a women's tag team gauntlet match featuring teams from Raw and SmackDown, and the winners will face Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez for the women's tag team titles.
Is that going to be a tag title match at Mania, you think?
Yes, I think so, because they're going to have like a he's going to be here next week to announce the matches. So yeah, so I guess we'll have to wait to see what Adam Pearce. The thing I think what I want to talk about, we keep wanting to expand and do different things with this chat and talk and everything else. We can even watch the Raw, NXT, and SmackDown live and have our reactions as we're watching it. We can do that as well. The thing is, Steve plays WoW and he has a lot of raids that he does with the team, so being here on that kind of constant basis is hard for both of us. So
I'm pretty much like just continuing the stream until people decide to log in and raid.
Yeah.
So it could be the next half hour and finish the show before they show up, or they could all log in 10 minutes. Like I don't know. So
exactly.
So is there any other matches here? Let me look at the match card.
Yeah.
Let's see if there's anything. I mean, we could talk about Cody Rhodes and Cena, but we've talked about that like every week.
Yeah. There's what was the other thing? Evolve,
yeah.
The names, like they're showing a thing on Evolve right now. Some of the characters on this show are absolutely they're flipping hilarious. The names of the people that that have been introduced and stuff like that have been so funny. There's another show that you can watch. I think that's pardon me, I'm so sorry. I think that's on USA Network as well.
You hear about the WrestleMania After Dark thing?
No.
So because they're in Vegas, they're gonna have this like late night nightclub hosted by Liv Morgan and like Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker, Liv Morgan, DJ Irie, and Metro Boomin. It's 11 p.m. to 4 a.m. It's 21 plus. They're actually hosting like a crazy ass nightclub rest WWE event.
Wow.
Like all week at
in
night.
Las Vegas.
Yeah. So what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, honey.
That's it. Or gets broadcasted on WWE Live.
Main event for NXT Championship, apparently.
Okay.
Saturday. There'll be, I guess, like there'll be a Obafemi and Trick Williams versus Javon Evans, I guess.
Yeah.
We'll be streaming. That'll be streaming live. That'll be on main event, I guess. I'm trying to see. Undertaker Deadman Show will be in Vegas. Every other day, it's just the After Dark thing. Every freaking week that week. That's crazy. The Hall of Fame will be.
Should be on the Friday.
Yes, Friday.
On the 18th.
Thursday, Saturday. Thursday. It'll be the Thursday.
Okay.
April 17th. Raw Raw after WrestleMania will be on. That there's something for that, yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
Monday, April 21st. Oh no, that's not the party anymore. Gronk Beach.
Yeah.
The very last After Dark thing. We'll have Rob Gronkowski, Flo Rida, Damian Priest, Tiffany Stratton. Oh man, go to the nightclub in Vegas all week. Oh man,
that's right. I can't wait. No, just joking. If we do get to view it, we'll let you know.
I doubt it'll be legal enough to stream.
I don't think so, but if we do get a chance to view it,
It
if
might
there's
be a
some
little
clips,
crazy.
we'll let you know
I'm
how
sure
it turns
we'll
out.
find some people that got in somehow, unless the phones are confiscated, but I doubt that.
Yeah, I doubt it, but you never know, right? We never know. We might find it and watch it. But if we do get any glimpses of that, we'll let you know how that goes and everything else. I don't know if Twin's going to be joining us.
We're pretty much done at this point, so I mean,
Yeah.
we could just do a live reaction of SmackDown and just hang out and chat until I got to go, I guess. But
yeah, because I'm watching it and you're watching it. I think I'm a little bit ahead of you.
You are. We already discussed that.
Did we? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
like 10 minutes ago.
I'm 10 minutes ago. Come on.
It was about 10 minutes ago. Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be in Vegas. It says 15 days away. So
Yep,
that's
so 2 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
2 weeks on that Saturday.
away.
Less than 2 weeks for the Hall of Fame ceremony. So.
Yep. Yeah. So and then we have the Slammies and everything.
I'm gonna get very emotional at the Hall of Fame ceremony. Triple H being my favorite, right?
Yeah.
I got emotional when he got inducted with DX. It was different though, because I mean that was like a full group thing. But when they go up there, start showing his younger, and then he's gonna get emotional, I think, too, showing his younger stuff. Oh, I'm a loser. I'm a loser.
Yeah.
That'll be it.
I think that's kind of why we've both been watching the old past stuff, because we're kind of reminiscing about what we grew up on.
Exactly, aviation.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Someone's getting
I grew up with the 80s stuff, when the Rockers, Marty Jannetty, Coco Beware, Earthquake, all that kind of stuff. That's what I grew up with. Steve was the 90s and everything else where he grew up with. The Hardy Boys, the New Brood, the Attitude Era, Raw's
Steve
War,
Austin,
like
Triple
all that.
H,
Yeah.
the End of Mankind,
Kurt Angle,
the Rock, Kurt Angle, Brock, John Cena.
Yeah.
That was my Randy Orton, Full On Evolution. Like that was my growing up, and I got pretty lucky because that was some good times.
Yeah.
All the way up from like 2000 to like 2008, 2009 was just such a spoiled time for WWE fans, and I can't wait until, I mean, we're in 2001 right now. Yeah. Once we start getting to like Kurt Angle and John Cena, which Kurt Angle comes in 2002, so once we get to that, we'll start seeing Kurt Angle. Oh man, the nostalgia is gonna hit like crazy.
Oh yeah, big time. Because the milk truck and the beer truck and
then
Steve Austin rivalry.
It'll be American Badass Undertaker as well.
Yeah.
For a couple years. Yeah.
Yeah. Right now,
Limp Bizkit.
Yeah, I know, right? Rolling.
Yep.
I thought that was. I mean, I didn't mind that side of the Undertaker, but I really liked him as the Dead Man. You know,
if you ever watched like the documentary or he interviewed about it, the reason he went to that gimmick was that the zombie undead gimmick actually was was dying and nobody wanted it anymore. Yeah. Because if you look at like the original like Ministry Taker and now, or at least before he retired, what he was, the Dead Man, it was different guys. He wasn't exactly like a taker of souls. He was more of just like a zombie. And then he became the Taker of Souls, the actual Undertaker later. But he went to the American Badass gimmick as like a rebrand, a revamp. Yeah. And that worked for what it did. And then when he came out as like the Taker, the Undertaker again, as a rebrand, career was set. And unfortunately, they tarnished his career by having him lose 2 Manias to end his career. I don't know why. Then they had him beat like John Cena or something again. I don't know. I don't understand. He like lost to Roman, lost to Brock, squashed John Cena in like 2 minutes. It was just.
Well, the thing with Brock, we both know what happened.
They could have kept his record.
They could have kept his record, but
then he lost to Roman the year after too. It's like, come on, and that was all Vince too.
Yeah, who's gonna bail him out? Never mind that. Yeah, that's exactly. But yeah, that's the thing. Like the whole thing is just kind of with Brock, we know why he lost to Brock, and we got like the thing was he had a concussion at the very beginning or just before the match, and he does not remember the match at all.
Right.
He does not remember anything from that match. They had to rush him to the hospital afterwards and get him checked out and everything else. But going back and watching it, they did have him rewatch it, and it was actually quite funny to see his reaction to that match. He's like, "I don't remember that. I don't remember that." You know what I mean? And it's really funny, but I get why he lost that match. However, they still could have let him win. Just because he was still wrestling, like it was almost like clockwork, like he was used to doing that, right?
Yeah.
Where when he lost to Roman, it didn't make any sense.
It was annoying.
Yeah.
I was already like bittersweet from him losing to Brock. I was like, all right, whatever.
No.
And then he lost to Roman, and it wasn't even like it was just Roman hitting like 70 spears on him. Like, dude, I'm over this. Like, it literally felt like they wanted just to kill the Undertaker. I'm like, what? And then it wasn't at the last WrestleMania he came back and beat John Cena in like 2 minutes or something like that. It was just, it made no sense, Vicky.
And then they had that match between him and AJ Styles in the graveyard.
The Boneyard match was awesome.
I thought that was really good. Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Paul Heyman, the Walrus, he is a good booker of matches. He is a good guy on the mic. He's not a good businessman.
Wait, Booker?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh no. What have I done?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
No bread, no water, just me. Booker's unhinged, man.
He is. He's unhinged. I think he smokes a little bit too much before those matches.
He's too much on the hookah.
Yeah, that's right. He's hooked on the hookah.
As we got freaking Shelly's freaking well, actually, both of their pants, both the machine guns, but have their trunks looking like they have a big old weed leaf on the side of.
I know, right? It does look like it, you know.
Alex, they got Sour Diesel on one side and Granddaddy Purple on the other side. Sour Diesel. What Sour Diesel?
Talk attitude and paint. Yeah, Mark Henry. Actually, the ones we're watching right now have been a lot of the sexual chocolate days of Mark Henry when he was riding the hoe train with the Godfather and everything like that. It's absolutely hilarious. He was in such tremendous shape back then.
He was phenomenal. And oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, and then to see him now, like he's got 2 kids and he's happy and he's you know, he likes where he is. And he's not overweight, he's just different. We're not used to seeing him with like
he's
beard.
The definition of built different.
Yeah, exactly. He is. But he has beard and everything now, whereas before he was so young.
Main event. He still got that big old big boy smile that he does. The big teddy bear smile.
I think we've said all that's going to be said. It is time. Yeah, that's like we said all there is to say. Now
he does look pretty old. Yeah, he does. Absolutely.
He's got a lot of white hairs in that beard.
Yeah.
I've seen something about Mark Henry recently that he doesn't necessarily look that old, but he doesn't look young anymore. Yeah, he's not looking as young as he used to anymore. So, this match is going pretty good so far, but I mean,
speaking of white hairs, look at the Grays and freaking Ciampa.
Looks like Santa. Excuse me.
Tomato Camper
and Johnny Oregano. That's what we call them now. Yeah. Tomato Camper and Johnny Oregano. A Street Profit sitting front row watching this match go on. I don't know if that's a good thing to have. But I was actually on NXT. We were watching. Who was the 2 that I asked you about?
You didn't tell me you were on NXT.
I was on NXT. No, but the tag team. What was the tag team that Pretty Deadly was trying to get them to wear their shirts?
Freaking Hank and Tank.
Yeah, trying to get, you know how if you've watched the recents, Pretty Deadly wears these like crop tops that come across their chest like this,
and they have
they're guys
completely hairy chests.
they're guys, and it's long sleeve, but it's right here, and of course it's covered in hair.
Mhm.
And I'm not a fan of overly hairy guys.
Especially
So
hair and sweat and grease. It's like, all right.
yeah. And they're trying to get Hank and Tank, which are they're almost like Stone Cold Steve-esque with the jorts and the baseball jersey, and everything else, trying to get them to wear these tops. And I'm like, no, that's gross. It looks so bad. It looks so bad. I felt so bad for them. They're like, no, this is nothing. What are we doing? And they took them off and went to the ring. So it was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Another saga remembers the Bella twins. Actually, we were kind of wondering about that because the Royal Rumble came and Nikki Bella showed up. She was the last entrant. And
To
she
many
got
boos.
yeah, to many boos. People weren't happy. And then she got eliminated, but we've never heard from her again.
And she's in great shape, so we thought maybe
Yeah.
she had another run.
Yeah. We
But-
thought either her or Nikki was her or Brie were coming
Brie,
back.
yeah.
And we haven't heard from either one of them, so we don't know if that's
Mike
a thing
Tyson just
anymore.
whooped my ass. Moisture Mike Tyson just whooped my ass.
Oh boy, there you go.
Moist Mike Tyson. That is crazy.
Oh, stop saying that word.
That's what it says.
I know, but stop saying it. Is Twin in there at all?
No.
Oh wow. Okay. I'll have to. I don't know if he messaged me at all.
He
I
saw
don't
the,
think
it said he saw the message. And
Yeah.
He just couldn't join.
Yeah, maybe he's probably trying to get. Anyway, I think we're gonna end it soon because Steve's got some stuff to do. He's gonna go raid on WoW. And I'm exhausted after today. I've had a busy day. Yeah, no, I get it. Yep. Yeah, no, I get it. Yep. But to end it, Carter got his last needle today. He's got to go back in 2 months and get one. And poor kid, his arm, he says, is really sore, so I gave him a Tylenol to help with that. So he's doing
It's all
okay
them
now.
after effects getting him.
Yeah. Poor kid, what he went through with that. I'll talk about it next week on trivia. But anyways, alrighty, folks. I don't know if you have anything else to add, Steve.
We're out the door. No, we covered everything. We hung out for a little bit just to watch some stuff, and yeah.
Yeah. Unless you want to keep watching it. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, we can. I mean, that's up to you. Unless you just want to go 20 minutes, so it's up to you.
Yeah, there's only 20 minutes left anyway. So yeah, no, we'll end it here. We'll just apologize we can stay in chat for when he comes in if you want for a little bit after we end the live. But yeah, take care, Izzy. Thanks so much for coming and thanks for your opinion. Thank you to Kenneth for popping in, for Noelle, for Michelle popping in. We appreciate you guys. Please make sure to hit the thumbs up. Make sure to share it out with your friends so we can get more people in here to enjoy the commentary and give their opinions. And we'll have more updates on WrestleMania matches and if there's any more inductees going into the Hall of Fame and moments and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Steve, thanks again for joining us. We appreciate you because I love you. My best friend over here.
Love you too, dude.
Known a guy 8 years, man. I tell you. Couldn't find a better friend besides, well, my friends around here, but no, he's my best friend. So anyways,
they're okay, I guess, but you know, they ain't me, you know.
That's right. They ain't you. All right, guys, thank you so much, and we'll see you next week. Love ya. Stay happy, healthy, and safe. Bye.
Boo.